During an interview with right-wing host Tucker Carlson that aired late Monday, 2024 Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has come full circle in his views about the border and immigration, abandoning his liberal views and converting to a conservative view after an eye-opening 3-day trip to the southern border, as per Washington Examiner report. The report added that Kennedy, the nephew of former President John F. Kennedy Jr. and son of former Senators Robert Kennedy, said he originally viewed the border through the same lens as President Joe Biden at the start of 2021. He said that, quote-unquote, the Biden administration came in the same position, which is the wall is bad. More importantly, any idea that Donald Trump had is a bad idea. So they just opened the border, and they have had the open border policy. He added he was a person who ridiculed Trump's wall. A lot of people come to this issue from a sort of nationalistic or even a racist or xenophobic posture, and is not coming from that place. He's coming from a place of compassion and a place of just concern for the country. What's happening to the country is a catastrophe. Yuma, Arizona in early June, where he described being stunned at the variety of people who crossed the border and how virtually none had come to seek asylum. He visited a portion of the border in Yuma where gaps between border wall projects allow non-citizens to walk right through and into the United States. The gaps were left after Biden halted all border wall construction funded during the Trump administration, though some are in the process of being filled in by the Biden administration. Kennedy described arriving at the site at about 2 a.m. and watching as buses were unloaded in Mexico and people stepped up and walked right through the gaps and surrendered to Border Patrol agents. More than 100 young adult men from West African countries were on site, followed by arrivals of people from Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Nepal, Tibet, India, and Uzbekistan. Kennedy said he only encountered 2 families that were from Latin America. One described having their 2 daughters torn from them by smugglers and separated, not knowing if they would see their children again. Kennedy walked away from the trip with the view that immigrants who entered the country illegally and then were released to live in the country for an average of 7 years before their first day in immigration court would continue to be victimized. He said that, quote-unquote, there's a lot of people who are well-meaning, mainly liberal people who care, who see themselves as deeply caring people who say we should have sanctuary cities and these people should be treated with dignity. They are now subject to terrible exploitation by unscrupulous employers all over this country. They're getting paid $6 or $5 an hour because they have no leverage. He said the result, including 95,000 people who were sent to New York City and sought help from the city government, is crushing the social safety systems. Kennedy continued saying 7 million have come across in 3 years, 7 million illegally. Kennedy said, and at that same time, there's only been 3.1 million legal immigrants. These are people who waited in line. It's not something that's sustainable. The Mexican drug cartels are literally running U.S. immigration policy. I am Lovely Montoya of Manila STV.